something about the Manosphere space on YouTube that doesn't quite sit right with me. It could be that a lot of people have packaged other people's dreams and hopes as products, or how arrogantly certain they are about what they're talking about. Alright then guys, welcome back to the Eagerman's Hut. It's been a while since I uploaded a talking head video, but that's because I was implementing with gym content. I did manage to upload 2 gym videos, okay, one where I'm working out on my own and then the other where I am working out with my personal trainer Leon. But now it's time to, work on the consistency and upload both talking head and gym videos. Anyway, in today's video, I will be talking about why there is something about this Manosphere space in YouTube that doesn't quite feel right to me. Okay, and this entire thing is basically a space where men on YouTube help other men become better version of themselves. The reason why I feel like there is something wrong with this space is because a lot of these people are pretending to be gurus who have the answers to all the questions, and they portray themselves as perfectionists who are like certain on what it is that they're talking about. For example, Hamza, okay, he is very popularly known in the self-improvement industry for helping young men become better version of themselves, and he's done well. He's helped a lot of people, but to me now it feels like his channel is somewhat falling apart. Like, he gives off fake vibes. He pretends to know what the fuck he's talking about, and he's pretending to put on a face that doesn't authentically belong to him. He's changing his courses constantly, which he's selling on YouTube for hundreds and hundreds of pounds, and he's constantly changing the style of his YouTube videos. At one point he said that he is struggling to find himself. And to me, that was very surprising because after all these years, after making videos on teaching young men to find themselves, you're now sitting on a podcast talking about how you feel lost in life. And to me, that just gives a fake energy. Pretending to be someone you're not, putting on a face in front of the camera to please others when that face doesn't really belong to you. Another example is First Man, and to be honest, I used to like him much more than Hamza because he was the more mature version of the self-improvement gurus in the Manosphere space, and a lot of his old content was actually pretty relatable to me, and I liked it very much, and I even went as far as purchasing his lifestyle supplement once or twice, but now it just feels like his channel is crumbling apart. He's deleted a lot of his old videos. Okay, his views have decreased significantly, and he has most importantly rebranded his channel from First Man, where he was producing genuine content, he had a genuine brand that could have grown into something much bigger, to now naming it 1M House, where I don't even know what the fuck it does, but it just feels like a strategy to scam his people into buying him a house or something. And I'll be very honest with you, the inspiration for this channel came from First Man. Like, I looked at First Man and thought, you know what, I really like what he does. He's producing authentic content, he's being himself, and he has created a brand out of this channel that genuinely provides value to himself and others. Let me be the next First Man. But now, looking back at these people and especially First Man, I don't want to be the second First Man. I want to be the first Eagerman. I want to be myself, and I want to put myself out there and authentically promise you guys something and then carry on with that promise. And Hamza and First Man are not the only people in this industry who have basically failed to keep up with their promise, or who have turned out to be inauthentic. There are quite a lot of other people on YouTube as well who have either been exposed or they've quit. There was this another guy from Fresh and Fit, and he spoke a lot about dating traditional women and, not falling for hoes, and then he ended up fucking getting a whore pregnant. So, completely contradicted himself. And, the reason why it was important for me to realize this is because my own channel is based in the Manosphere space somewhat. I'm sitting in front of this camera talking about self-improvement, and if there is something wrong with this industry, if it's flawed at the moment, the last thing I want is my channel to fail before it even grows. I had to find what exactly was wrong with this Manosphere space, and the conclusion I've come to is that a lot of these people are speaking with a lot of certainty, like they're arrogantly certain about what they're talking about and they are overconfident. I can't sit in front of this camera and tell you that the only way you can improve yourself is by waking up at 5 a.m. in the morning or by reading a lot of books. Just because books have helped me grow doesn't mean that they will help you grow as well. What if you're the type of person who learns by watching videos? Or what if you are unable to wake up at 5 a.m. because of your lifestyle? Just because you can't wake up at 5 a.m. doesn't mean you won't be able to become successful. Like another problem with these people that I've noticed is that they are overconfident about certain things. And the problem with being overconfident about certain things is that later down the line, you can be held accountable for certain things that turn out to be inaccurate or turn out to be wrong. For example, if I tell you that, oh, you shouldn't get into a relationship, you should focus on becoming successful. But then tomorrow I go and get into a relationship, I've essentially contradicted myself. If today I tell you that, oh, uh, for the next 2 to 3 years, I'm just going to be focusing on growing the Eagerman brand and creating valuable products. But then after 2 to 3 years, after I've made quite a few £1,000s, I cash out and I put that money into something else that has nothing to do with you guys or this brand. In that case, I've essentially scammed you guys or I've failed to keep up with my promise. While it's important to be confident when you sit in front of a camera and you talk about self improvement and you attempt to help other people become better version of themselves, it's also important to be humble at the same time, and it's more important to open yourself up to other perspectives. And I think if a lot of content creators in this niche start doing that, they might be able to build a respectful community for themselves. Because at the end of the day, I can't tell you what to do. At the end of the day, it's your life, and I can only document my journey. And if you like what you see and you can learn from it, then you can implement that in your own life. But for me to just sit here and tell you, well, the only way you can improve yourself is by reading books, that's a bit wrong. Because at the end of the day, you're different. You're different from me.